This terrifying tale comes from Kun-mi, who didn't experience it firsthand, but heard it directly from his close friend's aunt. It is the story of Nit and her mysterious rice shop at the end of a dead-end alley. It all began when Nit, a single woman with some savings, decided to open a small food stall near a school located beside a temple. After scouting for a suitable location, she rented a plot at the end of a secluded alley. Though the alley ended at a polluted canal and sat next to the crematorium and graveyard of the temple, the location was convenient for students who often walked past it after school. Despite the eerie location, Nit wasn't the type to fear ghosts. She built a modest shack and began serving food to students. Her cooking quickly gained a reputation. Students even skipped lunch at school to eat at her stall in the evening. Her income grew steadily, and she later built a small bedroom adjacent to the shop to live in. Everything changed when some students requested beef dishes. Nit didn't eat beef herself, but she accommodated their request. Oddly, she would offer leftover beef to the spirits behind her stall, explaining that she had dreamt of a hungry spirit who craved beef. Strange things started happening. One day, while cooking fried rice, she accidentally coughed and spat into the pan. Embarrassed, she scooped that portion into a bowl and, instead of discarding it, offered it to the spirits. From then on, she frequently felt someone watching her. Once, she asked students who they had come with, pointing behind a power pole, saying she saw a hunched man standing there. The students saw no one. One night, while taking a shower under an unfinished plastic roof, she saw a man's face peeking through from above. She screamed, and her male relatives rushed to help. They heard a splash in the canal behind the stall, but when they looked, the water was perfectly still. No one could have stood on the flimsy roof, yet Nit was certain of what she saw. The next day, construction began to expand the stall. While digging the ground, workers discovered several human skeletons. Nit, unshaken, simply cremated them at the temple. Then came a change in her behavior. She started dating, but strangely grew extremely lazy and irritable. She cycled through multiple partners and became moody. Her relatives grew concerned. A friend of Kun-mi stayed with her and noticed she often disappeared around 11 p.m. and returned before dawn. Sometimes she brought men back to her place, but no one ever saw them clearly. Her physical health began to deteriorate. Her skin darkened, her nails turned black, her hair matted, and she became emaciated. Even students stopped coming. When asked about her boyfriend, she replied vaguely that she didn't really know him, but loved him deeply. She described him as an old, hunched man who avoided meeting others. The friend remembered the earlier sighting of the hunched man. Doctors suspected hepatitis, but Nit refused treatment.
priests were consulted, but all declared that she wasn't possessed or cursed. Everyone believed she was mentally ill. One night, her friend overheard her talking to a man. Peeking inside, he found her alone, answering herself in a deep male voice.
Later, while in the hospital, Nit's mother saw the hunched man visiting her daughter. He told her, "She'll be with me soon." Days later, Nit mysteriously recovered, looking healthier than ever. But that same afternoon, she suddenly died. Her body, which had appeared radiant in the morning, was found shriveled and dark by evening. At her funeral, more than 30 guests, including Kunmi's friend, saw the same hunched man attending the rites in silence. No one knew who he was. He sat briefly with folded hands, then vanished. A month later, Nit's mother dreamt of her daughter dressed beautifully, saying she was going to live with her husband. In the dream, she showed her the man. It was the same hunched figure. Curious, the mother returned to the shop to clean up the land. While clearing the area, she discovered over 100 human skeletons buried in the ground. She organized a mass cremation. Behind the crematorium wall, she saw a photo plaque of the hunched man. It was a memorial of the temple's old undertaker who had drowned in the canal 60 years ago. The abbot explained the man was known to be a drunkard who loved spicy raw beef dishes. Everything fell into place. The beef offerings, the grave behind her shop, her lonely heart, and the possession. Nit hadn't imagined her ghostly lover. He was real.